Originally, today's video was simply going to be a message to Activision, and then I kind of started thinking about what I was going to talk about in this video, and realized it shouldn't just be a message to Activision, but both Activision and Treyarch. You see, what you have to realize is that Activision and Treyarch have two different parts to play in a game such as Black Ops 4. And within Black Ops 4, the game itself, so how it plays, the things that you actually are able to do in it, are all Treyarch. The monetization is all Activision, or at least mostly Activision. So just keep that in mind as we talk about several different things today. And before you go and hit that dislike button saying that I'm just making a hate video or that I am not hating on the game enough, have a listen to what I have to say, because the reason why I'm making this video isn't because I'm angry at either Treyarch or Activision or having a hissy fit or anything like that. It is because when Black Ops 4 was released, I thought it had the actual potential to be one of the best Call of Duty games ever, and the way that they have updated it and added in microtransactions and everything in between, it's not even close to the potential it could have reached. It's not even close to the game that it could have been. And that is why I'm making this video today. I want to talk about those things and talk about how they could be improved and the game of Black Ops 4 could be made better. Because a game that I thought was going to be one of the best Call of Duty games ever isn't even close. So first, we are going to be playing this game tonight over on Twitch. It'll be the first link down in the description. We'll be doing a little bit of a multiplayer open lobby, maybe playing a little bit of Alcatraz later on in the stream. And of course, if you guys want to play with me or you just want to check out the live stream, like I said, first link down in the description, and we'll start streaming around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully I see you there. Now first, we're going to start out with Treyarch, because Treyarch announced something today, and it's actually live today, that I think a lot of people were surprised about and then kind of dumbfounded by, kind of like myself. So they did release combat records today. However, they're not what we expected. They're not in-game. You have to use the companion app within your cell phone, on a tablet, something like that. And then you can go in-game and look at your stats. And they have a lot of stats in there. They have stats with each weapon. They have stats with each specialist character, score streaks. So you can kind of look at that and discover what are you the best with, what are you the worst with, and kind of decide what your classes are going to be, what your specialists, what your score streaks are going to be, which is a great addition. Now, you may be asking the same thing that I asked. Okay, if they put all the work into that, why not just put it into the game? It's a good question. Well, they actually had a response to that. So this is from Charlie Intel, but as it says, in regards to combat records, Treyarch says not many players ever engaged with it because of the complexity of the menus. They don't want to bring that complexity to Black Ops 4, but have it in an app instead. That mentality is so ass backwards, it doesn't make any sense. First of all, there's two ways you can take it. One, either Treyarch is saying, well, we didn't know how to design it so it wouldn't be complex, so we just left it out of the game. That's option number one. Option number two is they're saying, well, not as enough people used it, so we're just not going to put it into the game altogether. That's as if they were to say, well, you know, not as many people use pistols as we'd like, so we're just going to leave pistols out of the game, you know, just not in there. It doesn't make any sense. Just because everyone in a game doesn't use the combat records doesn't mean people don't want it, especially because people have been asking for combat records since the game has been launched. The other thing that you may have noticed from this is that nowhere within this do they mention anything about leaderboards. And yes, I know leaderboards are in the game, but you may notice that leaderboards only display your friends or the people who are currently in the lobby you are playing with. There is no worldwide leaderboards where you can see your place against everyone in the world. Now, personally, to me, leaderboards aren't really a big thing. It's not something that I looked at all the time, but to a lot of other people, it really, really was. You see, leaderboards are a pretty cool thing. If you're a really good player, you can see that you're the top 100 in the world for score, and then try to improve on top of that. And I think that's a really, really cool thing. Another cool thing that they could do with leaderboards is have monthly or weekly leaderboards. In other words, every single month, a leaderboard would reset and make it so that you could compete to be the top in that month for score, for kills, for whatever, and that I think would be really, really cool if it was implemented into a Call of Duty game. That way, every single month, there'd be something new to grind for. Alright, let's move over to Activision for a little bit, because there's something I haven't talked about yet, and I really, really want to. I didn't really know how to address it, but it's just the way that Activision seems to be prying money out of their customers' pockets is ridiculous. They have literally implemented every single possible marketing strategy to sell microtransactions microtransactions possible. They have a store where you can literally buy the individual items. They have supply drops, which weren't originally, I don't think, supposed to be in the game. They have a supply stream, which is similar to things like Fortnite and Apex Legends. And on top of that, they also have little bundles of things that you can buy, like the Doom Hammer, which just so happened to be $30. Now, we said that the combat record statement from Treyarch was tone deaf, but oh my god, does that pale in comparison to this. I don't know what on earth Activision was thinking here. For example, say I went to Walmart to actually buy a real hammer, and even if we just go to their website and check out some prices, not one of these real-life hammers that you can literally build things with costs $30. I can literally buy a real hammer in real life that can hit things for less than a fake hammer in a video game. That is ridiculous. That, like I said, the way to describe it is just completely tone deaf. The thing that blows my mind even further than that is that people actually bought the hammer. And I know other things came with it, like 20 tiers and stuff like that, but still, an egregious practice like this, just don't buy it when you see that. The only way Activision is going to learn is if they don't have money in their pocket, and then maybe they'll make some good business decisions. But this just absolutely blew my mind. Now, here's one thing that people may disagree with me about, but everyone always says, if Activision, if Treyarch just listen to the community, they know how to fix their game. I honestly think that's a bullshit comment, and let me explain why. Before you hit that dislike button, if you really go in one of my videos, another Call of Duty YouTubers videos, and read the comments, everyone disagrees as to what they want. One person will say that they want to bring back the nuke from Modern Warfare 2, and the replies to that will be, no, that's a terrible idea. There is no way in hell that the next Call of Duty or 50 Call of Duties from now will ever be the perfect Call of Duty game. Everyone at this time has their own vision of what the perfect Call of Duty game would be, and everyone's vision of that Call of Duty is completely different. So, yes, Treyarch and Activision can listen to the community at large and get a pretty good general idea of what they should do with the game, but it will never be perfect. However, these tone-deaf decisions, like adding in hammers for $30, are the exact opposite of what the community wants. What Activision doesn't realize is that they are not a free-to-play game. They have implemented every single possible way of taking money from people, whether that be supply drops or loot boxes or a supply stream like the contraband system. And what they don't realize is even a game like Fortnite or Apex Legends doesn't use or abuse all of those systems. Generally speaking, they take one or two of those, like a supply stream and a direct marketplace. They don't take all of the routes like Activision is trying to do with Call of Duty. And either Call of Duty and Activision need to realize that if they want to do that, just make the game free to play. Or if they don't want to make it free to play, don't be ridiculous with your microtransactions. That is what I have to say to Activision. Moving back to Treyarch. First of all, we're going to start with something positive. Alcatraz, the new Blackout mode. Holy shit, did you guys knock that out of the park. Well done on that. I seriously think that's probably one of the best things you've added into the game. No Battle Royale has made a Battle Royale that is that fast-paced and that fun. You seriously killed it, and well done on that one. However, multiplayer and zombies. These two game modes are pretty much the bread and butter for Call of Duty, and especially Black Ops games. And they are not getting enough attention, and it is very, very prevalent. I can't personally really talk about the zombies community. I'm not in it much. I don't play zombies much, but I can talk about multiplayer. And multiplayer is by far the most played game mode in Call of Duty. You can argue with that, but the numbers don't lie. It's what it is. It is the most played game mode. And if you're wondering why players are dropping like flies from Black Ops 4, it is because you are not adding anything new to Black Ops 4's multiplayer. Now, you could disagree with me and say that they add bare bones, they're adding infected, they're adding these new game modes. But personally, I think that's what some people want, but not all people. I think a lot of people want different things. They want content that brings them back and to keep on grinding. Let me ask you this. If you are a player that already has Dark Matter and is Master Prestige, why play the game anymore? What brings you back and keeps you playing? Is it that grind for level 1000? Is it just to pub stomp people? What is it? Personally, for me, once I get and complete those achievements, there really isn't anything else for me to grind for. In Black Ops 3, there was hero gear, and then in Black Ops 3, there was also daily and weekly challenges, which gave me the opportunity to unlock other things within the game. Now, I personally think that they could do a much better job of daily and weekly challenges by quite honestly copying something that Fortnite did. I hate to say that and just to steal something from another game, but you may know if you've played Fortnite, like most people have, is that every week they introduce a new set of challenges that are specific to that week's content. Whether that be land in a certain area and find a relic, whether that be kill people in specific areas. This could be implemented in Blackout, multiplayer, and zombies, all 4 modes, and I really think that it would be a tip of the hat and a gesture of good faith from Activision that upon completing a week's challenges, maybe you have to complete all of the challenges, give them back some COD points. Give them something that they can buy something with. Fortnite does it. Apex Legends does it. You don't do it, and you are not a free-to-play game. So if you reward people with Call of Duty points, it shows that you are not just an egregious money-hungry company, that you really care about the people who are playing your games. Just for a couple examples, I wanted to tell you some things that you could do with these challenges. So if a week's game mode is bare bones, you could say get 50 kills within bare bones is one of the challenges. You could say when playing on the map Contraband, get 15 kills with the Sparrow, get 15 kills with the War Machine. And these challenges, if you complete, 7 to 10 of them within that week, you're awarded 50 COD points or 100 COD points. That would be something to get people coming back every single week and playing the game. Now, a good place to start, if that's too hard to add into your game, is simply start with daily and weekly challenges. The community has been asking for them for a while, and the past 3 Call of Duty games, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and Call of Duty World War II, all had these challenges, but you don't. Why? Why, Treyarch? Answer me that, and I will back off a little bit. But I personally just want things that add content and add replayability into Black Ops 4's multiplayer, and they aren't currently doing that. At this point in time, Black Ops 4 has the least amount of DLC weapons than all of the other past 3 Call of Duty games that we just mentioned, and it has been out for a month longer. Now, I know some of you don't want DLC weapons, and that is fine, but you have to remember that most of the DLC guns implemented in the past 2 Call of Duty games have been 100% free, and that's what I like to see. More content for free to keep me playing the game. Anyway, rant over. That's all I have to say. As many of you are probably going to disagree with me, feel free to let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, because like I said, this video is probably going to get a lot of dislikes. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, as it keeps you up to date on all of my videos. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the rant. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard.